Our environment is a mirror of our attitudes and expectations. Everything you see around you, the way people treat you, the opportunities that come your way, the challenges you face, even the atmosphere you carry with you, is a reflection of what you project from within. Life, in its mysterious but unyielding way, reflects back to us the very attitude we bring to it. If you approach the world with suspicion, hostility, and defeat, you will find suspicion, hostility, and defeat waiting for you at every corner. If you step into life with courage, expectancy, and goodwill, those same qualities will meet you, often in ways you could never predict. Life is, in truth, a mirror, and it never lies. When you smile at a mirror, what does it do? It smiles back. When you frown, it frowns. When you scowl, it scowls. The reflection has no choice. It only returns what it receives. And life, my friend, works exactly the same way. The world doesn't change for us until we change within ourselves. A man may travel across oceans, climb mountains, or move into new cities. But if his attitude remains bitter, fearful, or defeated, he will find those same conditions waiting for him wherever he goes, because the reflection follows the man, not the landscape. I once knew a man who complained endlessly about his neighbors, his co-workers, his luck. He claimed life had conspired against him, yet what he did not see was that it was his very outlook, his sour disposition, that invited the treatment he resented. His world was nothing more than a reflection of his expectations, and until he changed his own expression, the mirror of life could show him nothing different. On the other hand, consider the man or woman who carries themselves with optimism, with expectancy, with the firm belief that good is waiting around the next bend. Have you noticed that such people rarely find themselves without opportunity? It seems as though doors open for them, as though the world conspires in their favor. But the truth is simpler. They are looking into the mirror with a smile, and the mirror returns the gesture. Now, this is not a matter of magic or mere positive thinking. It is a law, as reliable as gravity. Your attitude shapes your behavior shapes your results, and your results shape your environment. In time, your outer world cannot help but reflect your inner world. That is the mirror effect. The question is, if my environment is a reflection of me, then what am I truly seeing? Is my life reflecting peace, growth, and possibility, or is it reflecting doubt, resentment, and fear? The answer to that question is not meant to condemn you. It is meant to awaken you. Because if you don't like the reflection, you have the power to change the expression. Life is a mirror, yes, but you are the face before it. The law of reflection. Why life returns what you project. Life, in its simplest form, is a great reflector. It does not invent for us, it does not create for us, it reflects us. The attitude we bring to a day is the very tone that day will hand back to us. This is not philosophy nor guesswork, it is law. We do not receive what we want, we receive what we are. A man who expects the world to cheat him finds dishonesty at every turn. Another who looks for friendship finds open hearts wherever he goes. Why? Because life is reflecting back the very face he shows it. Have you noticed how two people can walk into the same room, meet the same individuals, and yet walk away with two entirely different experiences? One will say, "What a cold, unfriendly place." The other will say, "What a warm, inviting group of people." The difference was not in the room, it was in the reflection. A man who carries suspicion will see suspicion in others' eyes. A woman who radiates warmth will draw warmth in return. Life reflects without prejudice what we project upon it. The mirror has no opinion of its own. It simply returns the truth of what it sees. The tragedy is that so many look into the mirror of life and complain about the reflection, never realizing that the fault lies not in the glass but in the face before it. If you wish to change what life shows you, you must first change what you are showing life. And so, the wise man does not curse the mirror, he adjusts his expression. He does not resent the harvest, he examines his seed. He understands the law of reflection, and by living in harmony with it, he transforms his environment into a faithful ally rather than a stubborn enemy. Attitude as the architect. How your inner state builds your outer world. If life is a mirror, then attitude is the architect that shapes the reflection. It is the blueprint from which your outer world is built. Every thought, every expectation, every mood you carry is quietly drawing lines upon the canvas of your life. Attitude is not a small thing, it is everything. It colors the way you see the world, and in turn, the way the world responds to you. Picture two men beginning the same day. The first rises with an attitude of defeat. He tells himself the world is unfair, opportunities are scarce, and success belongs only to the lucky few. He moves slowly, greets others coldly, and tackles his work half-heartedly. Is it any surprise that his day will confirm his own belief? The world will appear as unfriendly, as difficult, as hopeless as he expected it to be. Now picture the second man. He rises with an attitude of expectancy. He tells himself that today holds promise, that people are willing, that effort is rewarded. He greets others with energy, approaches his work with care, and keeps his eyes open for opportunity. And just as surely, life reflects back to him the very thing he planted. People respond warmly, doors open, progress appears. The difference between these two men is not the world around them. It is the world within them. One has allowed his attitude to be a prison, the other has used it as a key. Your attitude, then, is a force of creation. It directs your speech, influences your behavior, and determines how others perceive you. It is the silent language you carry into every encounter. A warm attitude invites goodwill. A sour attitude breeds resistance. A confident attitude creates opportunity. What is most remarkable is this. Your attitude not only shapes how others respond to you, but how you respond to life itself. The same storm that defeats one man becomes the wind that carries another forward. The difference is not in the storm, it is in the spirit that faces it. So I ask you, what kind of architect are you? Are you designing a world of hostility, scarcity, and defeat through the attitudes you bring each day? Or are you building a world of opportunity, growth, and fulfillment through the spirit you carry within you? Remember, life is not built from the outside in. It is built from the inside out. Change the architect within, and the reflection without will follow. The invisible power of expectations. What you expect, you invite. Expectation is one of the most subtle yet powerful forces in human life. It is the quiet compass that steers us, often without our awareness. What you truly expect, not what you casually wish for, but what you deeply anticipate, sets into motion the very conditions you will meet. Every man carries with him an invisible climate. Some walk under skies of doubt, expecting little and receiving little. Others walk beneath skies of abundance, expecting good fortune, and discovering it at every turn. The strange part is that both are correct. Each receives exactly what he expected, for life reflects the attitude he carried into it. A salesman who expects rejection before knocking on a door already carries defeat in his posture, in his voice, in his eyes. The mirror of life has no choice but to return what it sees, rejection. Another, who expects a welcome, approaches with confidence, speaks with assurance, and more often than not, the reflection is just as warm as the expectation. Expectation is not magic, it is cause and effect. When you expect good, you prepare for it, you look for it, you recognize it when it appears. When you expect failure, you overlook opportunity, dismiss possibility, and walk past open doors without even noticing them. Remember this, you do not get what you merely wish for, you get what you expect. Expectation is the invitation you send to life, and life, like a faithful guest, accepts the invitation and shows up just as you requested. Breaking the cycle, changing the reflection by changing yourself. Many men and women live their entire lives staring into the mirror of circumstance, wishing the reflection would change, never realizing the change must begin with themselves. They frown at the mirror, yet hope it will smile back. They bring hostility to the world, yet demand kindness in return. They carry defeat in their hearts, yet pray for victory. But life is not fooled. The mirror only returns what is shown to it. If you are unhappy with the reflection, the solution is not to curse the mirror, but to change the face before it. If you are dissatisfied with the life you see, the answer is not to wait for luck, or blame fate, or move to another city. It is to change the attitudes, expectations, and habits within yourself. The most liberating truth a person can discover is this. You hold the power to break the cycle. You are not trapped by yesterday's reflection. You are not chained to the attitudes of the past. From this very moment, you may alter your outlook, change your expectations, and reshape the image you present to life. And as surely as day follows night, the reflection will change with it. The world is not against you, nor is it for you. It simply reflects you. And when you master yourself, you master your environment. That is the key that unlocks the cycle and sets you free. The role of gratitude: why appreciation multiplies what you receive. Gratitude is the polish that makes the mirror of life shine back with greater brightness. It is the secret multiplier of blessings. When you are grateful, you draw more into your life to be grateful for. When you are ungrateful, life reflects scarcity, even when abundance is present. Think of the man who rises each morning and complains about his lot. He sees only what he lacks, what others have, and he does not. His eyes are fixed on gaps. His mind rehearses grievances. What reflection will life return to such a man? More reasons to complain, more evidence that his dissatisfaction is justified. He becomes blind to blessings even as they surround him. Now consider the man who greets each day with appreciation. He gives thanks for the breath in his lungs, the food on his table, the strength in his hands, the opportunities before him. His attitude is not one of denial. He sees his challenges, but he chooses to focus on what is present rather than what is absent. And what does the mirror of life show him? More abundance, more opportunity, more reasons to give thanks. Gratitude is not only a moral virtue, it is a practical force. It changes the way you see, and in doing so, it changes the way you act. A grateful man sees possibilities where an ungrateful man sees only problems. He takes action with enthusiasm, while the ungrateful man drags his feet with resentment. The results, inevitably, are worlds apart. This is why gratitude multiplies. It multiplies because it sharpens your vision. It multiplies because it strengthens your spirit. It multiplies because it draws others to you, for people are always drawn to the man who radiates appreciation and joy. If life is a mirror, gratitude is the smile you bring to it, and the smile, without fail, is returned. What are you choosing to focus on? The absence or the abundance? The lack or the plenty? For whichever you choose, life will faithfully reflect it back. The company you keep: how others reflect your own standards and attitude. Look closely at the people who surround you, and you will see a reflection of yourself. The friends you choose, the conversations you entertain, the standards you tolerate. These are all mirrors of your own inner state. Life places before you the kind of people you are most in harmony with, for like attracts like. A man who carries bitterness in his heart will find bitter companions. A man who cherishes growth will discover others who seek progress. It is no accident that birds of a feather flock together. It is the law of reflection at work. This is why it is so important to guard carefully the company you keep. For while life reflects your own attitudes, it also amplifies them through those you allow closest to you. Spend your days among the idle, and you will soon grow idle yourself. Surround yourself with the ambitious, the disciplined, the hopeful, and you will feel your own spirit rise to match theirs. It is not about judging others, nor about imagining yourself above them. It is about recognizing that your associations shape your reflection. Every conversation plants a seed, and those seeds take root in your thoughts. Over time, they bloom into habits, and habits define the life you live. If you wish to see a brighter reflection in life's mirror, ask yourself, who stands beside me? Do they lift my eyes upward or pull them down? Do they encourage me to build or tempt me to neglect? Do they reflect the standards I wish to uphold or the ones I wish to escape? You cannot demand excellence from the mirror while surrounding yourself with mediocrity. Choose wisely the companions of your journey, for they are part of the image life reflects back to you. And just as others reflect your standards, you too reflect theirs. Be the kind of person whose presence raises the mirror for others, showing them a higher image of themselves, for in uplifting them, you uplift yourself. Turning setbacks into signals: what life's hardships are really showing you. No man escapes hardship. Disappointments, failures, and unexpected turns are woven into the fabric of every life. Yet here again, the mirror principle reveals its truth. Hardships are not punishments. They are signals. They are life's way of holding up a reflection, saying, look closely. There is something here for you to see. When a man faces failure, he may curse his luck and call the world unfair. But the wise man asks, what is this reflection showing me about myself? Perhaps it reveals impatience where discipline was needed. Perhaps it uncovers arrogance where humility was required. Or perhaps it shows that his path was sound, but his persistence was too short. Hardship is the mirror's sharpest reflection. It strips away illusions and exposes what ordinary days conceal. It tells us, in no uncertain terms, where our attitudes, habits, or choices have led us. And though painful, this honesty is a gift, for no true growth is possible without it. The man who resents hardship will remain trapped in its image, but the man who studies it, learns from it, and adjusts his course, finds that each setback was a signal pointing him toward greater strength. What once appeared as a curse is revealed as guidance. So when life presents difficulty, do not turn away from the mirror. Look closer. The reflection may not flatter you, but it will teach you. And if you heed the lesson, the next reflection will be brighter still. Designing the reflection. Daily practices that shape your environment. If you desire a new reflection, you must deliberately design it. Life does not hand us favorable reflections by accident. It responds to what we consistently bring. This is why daily practices matter so deeply. They are the brushstrokes painting the image life will show you tomorrow. Begin with your morning attitude. Greet the day with intention rather than complaint. A few minutes spent in quiet thought, gratitude, or planning sets the tone of the reflection you will carry into every encounter. Guard your speech. Words are mirrors of the mind. Speak of growth, and you will find growth reflected back. Speak of defeat, and you will see defeat appear. Discipline your habits. What you repeatedly do is the strongest message you send to life. A man who tends to his body, his mind, and his craft daily tells life, I am ready for progress, and progress answers. Finally, end each day by taking inventory. Ask yourself, what reflection did I give today? Did I bring patience or irritation? Did I offer encouragement or criticism? Did I carry dignity or despair? By noticing, you take control. By improving, you design tomorrow's reflection with clarity. These daily practices may appear small, but over time, they build the very image life must reflect. They are the tools by which you design the environment you long for. The highest mirror. How character creates a lasting legacy. Beyond attitude, beyond expectation, beyond daily practice, there is one reflection that endures when all others fade. Character. Character is the deepest image you show to life, and the most permanent reflection life returns. Wealth may vanish, titles may be forgotten, even health and strength will one day decline. But character, the kind of person you have chosen to be, casts a reflection that outlives you. A man of integrity finds the mirror of life returning trust and respect. A man of deceit finds suspicion and isolation. A man of courage leaves behind inspiration. A man of cowardice, regret. The highest mirror is not about what you gained, but about what you gave. Not about how loudly you were known, but how deeply you were remembered. It is the reflection of your character, echoing through the lives you touched. This is why it is said that legacy is not something you leave behind when you die. It is something you build each day by the reflection of your character. Every choice, every word, every act is a brushstroke on the portrait of your life. When all else is gone, the mirror of character remains, and it is the one reflection no man can fake, for time and truth will always reveal it. So, what legacy am I building? What reflection will remain when my days are done? For in the end, the mirror of life will not only reflect what you had, it will reflect who you were. So life, in all its mystery, is not hiding its secrets from us, it is reflecting them back to us every day. Time and again, it shows us exactly who we are, what we expect, and what we bring into the world. The question is not, will life reflect? For it always does. The real question is, what reflection am I giving it to work with? If you desire respect, carry yourself with dignity. If you long for peace, bring peace within. If you hope for opportunity, prepare for it with steady hands and a willing spirit. The mirror of life cannot lie. It will always return to you the image you hold before it. So stand tall, think greatly, live with gratitude, build with character, and the reflection you see in life will not only satisfy you today, it will echo long after you are gone.